60%. Just think about that number for a second. 60% market share.
It's staggering, isn't it, for a detergent brand that literally started in a garage in India?
Exactly. They took on giants, multinationals, and won. That was 1985.
And today?
Today, it's around 6%. A collapse.
Wow.
It's just, I mean, how does that happen? How does a brand that completely owned the market lose, what, nearly 90% of its dominance?
Well, it's a story, isn't it? More than just history, though. It's a huge strategic lesson playing out.
A warning, really, about what happens when you stop evolving.
Precisely, especially in today's market.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm Jibril Noor.
And I'm Shabana Rahman.
And this Deep Dive is brought to you by Ad71. We're a strategy-driven digital marketing agency been around since 2016.
And today, we're digging into this Nirma story. Not just to look back, but to pull out a roadmap for, well, for you.
Yeah, if you're running a business, maybe a small one, or you're handling meta ads, there are some critical lessons here.
We want to understand how success, even massive success, can just evaporate if you don't adapt. How you go from disruptor to, well, yesterday's news.
So let's start at the beginning. The amazing rise. Carson Pai Patel, the founder, back in '69.
Right, working out of a small room, literally selling door-to-door from his bicycle.
He didn't just create a product, though, did he? He started a revolution, a price revolution.
That's the key point. The scale of that disruption was just immense. Nirma hit the market at about 3 rupees per kilogram.
Okay, and the competition, like Surf from HUL.
They were selling at around 13 rupees.
13, so more than 4 times the price.
Exactly. This wasn't just a discount. He basically created an entirely new market segment.
Right. He tapped into this huge group, middle and lower middle class, who suddenly thought, hey, I can actually afford detergent powder now.
And the big players, the legacy brands, they were just ignoring these people.
So the lesson for us today, thinking digitally, it's not just about slashing prices, is it?
No, not at all. It's about finding that underserved audience. Maybe looking at your competitors' ads, seeing who they're overcharging or ignoring.
And then crafting an offer specifically for them, exploiting that gap.
That's the digital equivalent of what Nirma did. Finding market price elasticity and hitting it hard.
Okay, but price isn't everything. You launch cheap, people might think it's low quality. How did they build trust?
Strategy number 2, building trust directly. In those early days, going door to door, Patel offered a money-back guarantee on the spot with every single pack.
Simple but brilliant. Takes all the risk away for the customer right then and there.
Totally. So translate that to digital today. We're not on bicycles anymore.
No.
But it means really strong community feedback, making customer service super visible, super fast.
And using social proof, right? Reviews, testimonials, user videos, showing people instantly that you're reliable.
Yeah.
Solving that risk factor online.
Exactly. Get those feedback loops tight.
Okay, price, trust. Then came the marketing blitz. The jingle.
Oh, everyone remembers the jingle. Washing powder Nirma.
Instantly recognizable. And specifically targeted, wasn't it? Hema, Rika, Jaya, or Sushma. Aimed right at the housewives.
Created a real emotional connection, something big ad budgets often struggle to buy, actually.
But there was another strategy, maybe less famous, but incredibly clever, especially around cash flow.
You mean the supply scarcity strategy?
Yes. Tell us about that. It sounds like something out of a textbook on market manipulation.
Well, it kind of was. They had this problem. Retailers weren't paying their debts on time. Big cash flow issue.
Okay.
So Patel recalled all Nirma stock from the market, everything, pulled it within 5 days.
Wow, bold move.
Simultaneously, they launched massive TV ad campaigns across the board. Huge visibility.
Demand shoots up because of the ads.
Exactly. Demand skyrockets.
Yeah.
But there's zero product available anywhere.
I see where this is going.
So those retailers, the ones holding back payments, suddenly they've got customers banging down their doors, desperate for Nirma.
And the only way to get stock
was to pay up their old debts. Fast.
That is genius. Solved a B2B cash flow problem using B2C demand generation.
It's a masterclass. Now, replicating that level of control today is tough. You need total command of distribution.
Correct.
But the digital takeaway is powerful. Strategic demand creation, think a huge flash sale, a limited product drop you hype up.
Yeah.
It's the quickest way to solve business problems, whether it's cash flow or maybe low engagement or clearing inventory. You create that urgency.
So by 1985, with all this, they were just dominant, 60% share.
Unstoppable, or so it seemed.
And then, Well, then they stopped evolving. And this is where it gets painful and where the lessons really hit home for anyone running a business today.
Yeah, the competition didn't just sit back, did they? Shewell, Hindustan Unilever, they woke up.
They had to. Nirma wasn't just a competitor, it was threatening their entire existence in that category.
So they launched Operation Sting.
Sting, what did that stand for?
Strategy to inhibit Nirma's growth.
Okay, direct enough.
It was basically an all-out counterattack. Started around 1987. The goal was clear. Fight Nirma on its own turf price, but use HUL's strengths.
Which were?
Superior R&D, massive distribution network, established trust. Things Nirma had built from scratch, HUL already had.
And their weapon was?
Wheel detergent. Priced very close to Nirma, but backed by the HUL machine.
And that started to chip away at Nirma's share.
Gradually, yes. It marked the beginning of the end of that meteoric rise. And it points directly to Nirma's biggest failure.
Which was?
Complacency. A complete lack of continuous innovation, and crucially, a failure to segment the market as it evolved.
They just stuck with the original formula,
Right.
the one that got them there.
For far too long, yes.
Yeah.
While consumers' needs were changing, becoming more sophisticated, Nirma stayed the same.
No variants, like stain removers, fabric conditioners, stuff for delicates.
Nothing like that. While the market was diversifying, Nirma remained a one-trick pony.
But HUL wasn't standing still.
Not at all. They played the portfolio game perfectly. They had Surf Excel at the top end for premium buyers, Rin in the middle,
Okay.
and wheel fighting Nirma directly in the value segment. They covered all the bases, different products for different needs, and different wallets.
They sliced and diced the market.
Exactly. They captured consumers across the board. Nirma was stuck defending just one segment, and that segment was becoming less and less appealing on its own.
So the digital parallel for our listeners, Nirma failing to build a product portfolio is like...
It's like only ever running one basic Facebook ad campaign, targeting everyone with the same simple entry-level offer.
And never developing anything more premium or different messages for different people.
Right. No retargeting funnels for warmer leads, no segmented messaging for people willing to pay more or wanting specific features. They missed out on higher customer lifetime value CLV.
That complacency. It's like a tax on success, isn't it?
It really is. If you're offering a digital service, for example, you can't just rely on the thing that first worked. You have to constantly be optimizing, testing new features, maybe higher tier versions.
Because if you stop innovating, your brand image is next to go, right?
Yeah.
Which brings us to the perception problem.
Oh, absolutely. The brand perception disaster.
What happened there?
Well, post-2000s, India's economy was growing, disposable incomes were rising, people had more money.
And their priorities changed.
Definitely. They started valuing performance more, specific features, and importantly, brand prestige. Cheap wasn't the main driver anymore for many.
So Nirma's big strength, low cost started to become a weakness.
It shifted. It began to be perceived not just as affordable, but as low quality. Maybe even a bit déclassé, associated with lower social status.
Ouch. That hurts.
It does. Brands have to manage aspiration. The customer who loved your budget option when they were 20
might want something more premium at 40.
Exactly. And if your brand hasn't evolved with them, you lose them. Perception isn't what you think your brand is, it's what the market thinks it is.
And didn't they make a big marketing blunder trying to fix this later on?
They did. A pretty famous misstep in 2016. They tried a major pivot. They brought in a huge Bollywood star, Trithik Roshan, for a new product, Nirma Advance.
Okay. Trying to inject some glamour, maybe? Modernize?
That was the idea, presumably. Yeah. But it completely disconnected from their core audience.
How so?
Think about it. Decades of ads featured confident, relatable housewives, the actual primary buyers and users. That built the brand's identity.
Right, the Hema, Rekha, Jaya, or Sushma crowd.
Then suddenly you have this male superstar doing the laundry. It felt wrong. It confused the brand identity.
Alienated the loyal base.
It seems so. It showed they didn't really understand who their core customers were anymore, or maybe they were trying too hard to ditch that image, but did it clumsily. Severed that emotional tie.
Wow. Okay, so lots of mistakes. Let's try and make this super practical for people listening. Small business owners, meta advertisers.
Yeah, let's turn these failures into a checklist, an adaptability checklist for the digital age. Because mistakes happen faster online, but so do opportunities to fix them.
Good point. Okay, checklist item 1.
Sustain R&D. Think of it as the innovation tax you just have to pay. Never stop improving.
So for someone running ads,
Constant A/B testing.
yeah,
High frequency. Test your core message, your value proposition, your creatives. Never assume what's working now will work forever. Don't let your product or message get stale like Nirma's formula did.
okay. Item 2.
Leverage data for early warnings. Nirma missed, like, a decade-long slow burn shift in what consumers wanted.
We don't have that excuse today, do we?
Not really. You've got digital analytics, ad platform data, social listening tools. Use them to spot perception shifts before they become a crisis. Is affordable turning into cheap in people's minds? Fix it early.
Makes sense. Item 3.
Segment your messaging, not just your product. Numa failed to create different physical product tiers effectively.
But online, even with one core product.
You can create countless message variations. Use precise targeting on Meta, Google, wherever. Craft different personas, different aspirational angles for different segments.
So your retargeting ads shouldn't sound the same as your first touch ads.
Absolutely not. Tailor the message to where they are in the journey and what they value.
Got it. Item 4 on the checklist.
Prioritize core focus. Avoid random diversification, especially too early.
Like Nirma going into cement and chemicals.
Exactly. That diverted money and, crucially, management attention. For a small or medium business, this is about avoiding shiny object syndrome.
Chasing unrelated ventures that bleed your marketing budget and dilute your focus.
Precisely. Nail your core offering and market before you try to conquer unrelated worlds. Optimize what you have first.
Okay, final one. Item 5.
Build a community and maintain omni-channel consistency. Nirma's early success was built on trust, door to door.
Digital lets you do that at scale.
Yes. Use your platforms for direct engagement, encourage user-generated content, and make sure your message, your brand voice, is consistent everywhere. Online ads, website, email, even offline if you have that.
Reinforce that brand equity, stop it feeling generic, or worse, cheap.
That's the goal.
So putting it all together, that initial breakthrough, whether it's price like Nirma or maybe a viral video for you, it guarantees absolutely nothing long-term.
Nothing. Adaptation isn't optional. It's the price of survival, especially now.
Nirma's story is it's such a powerful reminder. Innovate or evaporate. You've got to build a brand that can change with its customers.
While holding on to the core thing that made people love you in the first place, it's a balancing act.
Okay, here's a final thought to leave everyone with. Nirma, the brand, was named after the founder's daughter.
Right.
That little girl, Nirma, became the symbol of a brand that ultimately failed to grow up, failed to evolve, alongside the very consumers it first empowered.
Oof.
So the question for you is, are you making sure the customers who loved your brand yesterday aren't being left behind or even alienated by the changes they want and need today?
Really makes you think. Maybe take a hard look at your own positioning, your marketing funnels, your innovation pipeline. Is your brand still speaking the same language it did at launch?
If it is, maybe it's time for your own deep dive.
We hope these lessons help you shape a more adaptable, future-proof strategy.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive. Until next time.